And the Oscar goes to Parasite.
This year, in 2020 Academy Awards, Parasite made history becoming the first non-English language film to win Best Picture. The film, directed by Bong Joon-ho, has gained worldwide critical acclaims, celebrated because of how it plays with genres, moving between comedy, thriller, and horror in a couple of seconds, as for its impressive cinematography and the social topics that it deals with. However, it is not the first South Korean movie that has caught the international attention. The filming industry of this Asian giant has been years working to become one of the biggest in the world. To understand this phenomenon, we had to check the worldwide cinema industry. Films have been dominated by the USA for quite a long time. In the early 20th century, Americans visualized in cinema a fundamental tool to expand their influence around the world. A famous producer in 1930 would say that the circulation of American films around the globe was equivalent to the presence of 120,000 ambassadors of America's political and economic interests. And it still remains the same. If we look at the top 20 chart of the highest grossing films in history around the world, they are all from the United States. And something similar happens in every country. In the UK chart, there's 7 movies in the top 20 co-produced by British and Americans. However, there's not even one produced 100% at home. In France, 7 of the 20 highest grossing films were made in national soil, the same number of Japan, where anime is still one of the biggest competitors. There are more critical scenarios, like Chile or Taiwan, where only 2 movies appear between the most successful ones in their countries. There are a few exceptions to the rule. India is currently the world's largest industry in film production and only has 2 American films in its top 20. China, another giant, has 14 local movies between the highest grossing in its market. And what about South Korea? Korea also has solid numbers. 16 local movies are in the top 20 highest grossing films in its history, but these aren't its only good stats. In the year 2018, Korea has a big 50.9% rate of consumption of domestic films, with 454 movies released. Which means that 1 over 2 Koreans prefers to watch local cinema. But the South Korean industry has a long story to understand this unique phenomenon. In 1966, the Korean government imposed quotas for foreign films, so they wouldn't exceed a third of domestic films produced every year. However, after nearly 2 decades, the restrictions were lifted under pressure from the US government, causing a major drop in the local industry. Between the years 1991 and 1993, the amount of movies produced in Korea went down from 124 to 64. In order to face this crisis, the government established the screen quota. It was stipulated that every cinema at least 146 days a year had to screen Korean movies. However, the slow healing of the industry got stuck again by USA in 1998, when the Americans demanded the quota to go down to 92. What happened was unprecedented. Huge demonstrations led by filmmakers and movie stars were all around the streets in Korea, pushed by a sentiment of tiredness against the US influence in the country.
The United States government is asking us to abolish the screen quota system, which is the only way to protect Korean movies.
This movement not only achieved to maintain the quota, but it made the citizens of Korea really proud and aware of their industry, making the percent of local movies increase from 15 to a peak of 64 in 2006. The industry's growth was also possible because of many great filmmakers, and today there's more and more chances for them to cross their borders. Cinema is a tremendous valuable place, and a powerful local industry gives room for societies to find themselves and discuss important topics surrounding their cultures.
그리고 이번 저희 영화를 통해서 영화 산업과 문화가 전 세계적으로 같이 상생하고 공생하는 계기가 되었으면 좋겠습니다. 감사합니다.